Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm super excited about. I'm going to be walking you through some of my favorite products from the drugstore. I find so many products at the drugstore. A lot of my makeup collection is drugstore or drugstore priced. I love finding products that are super accessible to everybody and everybody can find them at their local drugstore or Ulta or something like that, and can kind of integrate them into their makeup routine without breaking the bank. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so I'm gonna go in the order that I would normally do my makeup. So to start, we're gonna go with primer. Now the only primer really that I've found that I like from the drugstore is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. This is more of a pore filling type of primer. You can see there's quite a big dent in there. It's kind of a dupe for the Tatcha, what is that one called? Luminous Silk Canvas, I think it's called. So this is kind of a dupe for that. It's not quite as nice. I like that one because it's got like such a beautiful fragrance and it really fills in my pores and makes my skin look blurred. But this does the same thing. And it's like $5, if that. If you can snag this up, I would do it, especially if you have big pores. Melts right into the skin and feels kind of hydrating, and I just think it gives a beautiful effect on the skin. So this is definitely something that I would recommend from the drugstore. For foundation, I actually have two foundations here today that I find are just the ones that I end up telling everybody to buy and ones that I really enjoy. The first one is probably no secret. This is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Freshwear Foundation. This foundation will stay on all day. It does have a little bit of a scent. It kind of smells kind of rosy. I wish they would make this without the scent. I just put a little bit on my hand so you can see, but this has incredible coverage, but it's a super thin formula, so it's not gonna feel super heavy on the skin. It dries down really nicely and it just has a really beautiful finish, and it's just gonna stay all day. I love this foundation. This is something I always recommend to people. I think this would be a beautiful foundation for like a wedding because that's gonna stay all day. My second recommendation when it comes to foundation is actually from the dollar store. This is the Believe Beauty Skin Finish Foundation. I found this from Allie Glines. She talks about this brand all the time, and so I thought, well, I want to try to pick this up because this is only $5. It is in a glass bottle with a pump from the dollar store, literally Dollar General. That's the only place you can get this, or online. This is in the shade Porcelain. That's the only thing. I feel like there's like, I think this is the lightest shade. There might be one shade lighter. And I mean, I have a light skin tone, but I'm definitely not the lightest there ever is. So it would be nice if their shade range got kind of broadened. It doesn't go very deep either, I don't think. So I think that this is a beautiful foundation, but I wish they would expand their range. Allie Glines also always talks about a lot of their other products, primers, highlighters, things like that. So I need to try to get to a dollar store to test out some more of their products, but I'll just put a little pump of this on my hand so you can kind of see the finish. I just think it's awesome that they have this component for $5 at the drugstore. There is some high-end makeup that doesn't even have glass components with a pump. How does Believe Beauty do it? So this is what the coverage looks like with, that was the teeniest little pump. And this looks beautiful on the skin. It's more of a natural finish. It'll stay on all day. I feel like every time I wear this, I get compliments. It's such a beautiful foundation. It wears really beautifully. And I mean, it's $5. Like, what more could you want? I probably went out of focus right there. But it's $5. $5. I think this is like 10. And this is 5. So accessible. I love these two products. Would recommend both. Okay, next for concealers. I have 3 concealers, one of which has gone missing in action, but that, don't worry, I will go through it. The first concealer is not technically drugstore, but I lump Colourpop into drugstore because it's like, it's the same price as drugstore and you can get it at Ulta. So I'm just gonna lump it in. Sorry if that's not what you want. But this is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Concealer. This one is in the shade Fair 15W. I really like this one because it's super hydrating. It goes really well with their tinted moisturizer, which I like. So that's it right there. It's a beautiful, beautiful concealer, super hydrating. If you like a hydrated under eye, this is definitely the concealer for you. It blends out beautifully. I'll just like take my sponge and blend it out so you can see it blended out a little bit on the hand. So that's what she looks like. The other hydrating concealer that is missing, I don't know what I did with it, is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I also have the sister concealer, the 16-hour Camo Concealer. This one is the matte version. Right now I'm preferring the hydrating version just because it's summertime. I like a light, you know, glossy looking skin, but this one is amazing too. The coverage on this is incredible. This is again kind of a dupe for Tarte Shape Tape. It really gives you that full coverage moment. It is a beautiful concealer. It will stay on all day. All day. You won't have to touch anything up. There it is blended out. So that's the Colourpop versus this. So the coverage on this is a little bit more intense, and again this will be matte finish, whereas this will be a little bit more of a hydrating finish. So you kind of got to pick what you're in the mood for and what your skin needs, but both of these are beautiful along with the e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer. Okay, on to powders. Some of my favorite powders at the drugstore are the Maybelline Fit Me Powders. As you can tell, this one I hit pan on pretty hard, and I think this is my second or third guy here. This one is the lightest shade. This is shade 100. I use this for my under eyes. I will take this with me when I like travel or go visit my parents or something like that. I'll pop this into my bag along with shade 110, and I'll use this all over the face to kind of set the rest of the face. These are beautiful powders, really highly recommend. They also have a loose powder, which I like as well. I just find that these are a little bit nicer when it comes to like traveling and things like that. So definitely recommend these. Okay, moving on to bronzer. One of my all-time favorites, if not my all-time favorite bronzer, is, you guessed it, Positions Formula Butter Bronzer. This stuff is amazing. It always looks beautiful. I never have to worry like, oh, is it gonna be patchy? Like, is my bronzer gonna look okay? Is it gonna blend out? It will always blend out if you use this. It smells like a beach, like coconuts. Love. There's nothing else I can say. It's beautiful. It has the most beautiful finish. You literally can't see it on my hand. You can build it up beautifully. It's just like top-notch bronzer. Love her. Completely competes with high-end bronzers that I've tried. I always go back to this. For blush, I have a couple of blushes here. For powder blush, I really enjoy the Wet n Wild Color Icon blushes. I have two shades here. The first one is Keep It Peachy. This is more of like an orangey type of shade, which I think is really pretty depending on the eye look that you're doing, especially for summertime. This is really pretty. So there's that one on my hand. These are pretty pigmented, especially when you use them with a brush. I feel like they're more pigmented with a brush than they are with my finger, which is strange. So you do have to be careful to just like dip in and tap off the extra. You don't want to go crazy. So that's the shade Keep It Peachy. Then the other shade that I love is Pearlescent Pink. This is more of a pinky shade, and it does have a little bit of a sheen to it. The orange shade does not have a sheen, but this one does. It looks beautiful on the cheeks. It blends out beautifully. Plenty of pigment, plenty of payoff, and these are super inexpensive. They're like $3 or $4 at the drugstore. Wet n Wild does a great job with these blushes. And then for my other blushes that I love, I'm sure you could probably guess, it's a cream blush. So it's the Honest Beauty blushes. These are the cream cheek blushes. I have one in Coral Peach and one in Peony Pink. These are just really nice. That's what I have on today. I have on the coral shade today. They're just really nice cream blushes. This is the coral peach shade and this is the peony pink shade. They're just so pretty. They're just beautiful cream blushes. You can put them over top of powders, no problem, and they will still blend out perfectly. These are the two shades. This is peony pink and this is coral peach. So there those are, peony pink and coral peach. Obviously these look super scary on my hand, but when you go in with a brush, I usually go in with a foundation brush and just go in there, tap off the extra, and then just pop on like this with that. Then I will go in with my sponge. So I'll take my sponge and just go over top and just blend it out. It really helps to get the pigment down and then blend it out. In my opinion, I just think it makes for a more cohesive finish, a prettier finish. You can just go in straight with a beauty blender, like a sponge or something, or even just your fingers, and just apply that way. But I just really like using a foundation brush for some reason. I just think on top of powders especially, it's super gentle, and then if you go in with a sponge, it's really hard to go over, like overdone. It's really tough to overdo it because the sponge really helps you kind of like tone it back. And I also like to use the side of my sponge that had the foundation on it because that does also tone it down a little bit more and blend it right into the skin. So I really love that technique, and these blushes are so beautiful. Jessica Alba did an amazing job with these. And then the final face product I'm going to talk about today is highlighter, and some of my favorite highlighters from the drugstore are also from Wet n Wild. I have two shades here. One is Blossom Glow and the other one is Shadeless. It doesn't say what the name of this one is, but it's like a golden kind of shade. So I'll swatch both of these for you. I don't know how Wet n Wild does it. Their highlights are so creamy for being $4. I don't know how they make such beautiful highlights, but here are the two shades. If you can see them, they're kind of getting blown out. This is the more golden shade, obviously, and this is the Blossom Glow shade, which is more of like a pinky type of shade, but it's beautiful. Both of those are amazing. I love them both. Let's pop a little on the cheeks, why don't we? Let's use the Blossom shade and just, I'm gonna put it on the apples of the cheek so you can see it. Like, I barely touched my cheek. And she is glowing. Like, that was like no product at all. And here I am looking insane, but isn't that crazy? They're just incredible. They're so blinding. Like, hello, come to mama. If you like a highlight, Wet n Wild has you covered. Okay, now that the face is complete, I have a couple more products to talk about. I don't actually have any eyeshadow palettes. It's tough at the drugstore, but if you want affordable eyeshadow palettes, Colourpop makes some beautiful palettes. It's hard for me to like pick a favorite because they're all really great. The formula is great. Anything that you prefer when it comes to color, Colourpop probably has it. So take a look on their website or on Ulta and see what they sell. I would highly recommend their palettes. They're super inexpensive and amazing quality. But for the rest of the face, one of my all-time ride or die favorite mascaras that I'm wearing today is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. I love this mascara. It's amazing. It will make your lashes look beautiful. This is just like one quick, easy coat, but you can build this up 3 coats and it is like drama. Like this mascara is amazing. L'Oreal makes great mascaras. So if you're looking for mascara, definitely look at the L'Oreal mascaras, but this one specifically is amazing. Beautiful, beautiful mascara. I also don't have any brow products. I know, I really like the Maybelline Ultra Slim Brow Pencil, but that's a little bit newer to my collection, so I don't feel comfortable calling it a favorite yet, but It definitely could get there as a drugstore favorite, but I do have a couple of products left, so let's get to those. For lips, I have 2 products here. One is the Maybelline Color Sensational lipstick. This is in the shade Totally Toffee. I really love this shade. It's like a brownish nude color, but all of their lipsticks are so pretty. I just love this shade in particular because I just think it's super flattering and just like an easy throw on shade, but all of their lipsticks that look like this in these tubes, they're so beautiful. You can't go wrong. Any color you want, amazing. Love these. And the other product that I really like and keeps on my lips all day is this one by L'Oreal. It is, I don't know if it has a name. Cool, the shade is Permanent Blush. Literally don't know, but it looks like this. It's like a twofer situation where you like put this end on and then put the balm over top of it. So it has just like a normal like liquid lipstick applicator, and that's the color. Very sim to this. Can you tell there's a specific shade that I really like on my lips? So that's the shade there. Then once you let that dry, it does get a little bit sticky. Then once you put that on your lips and you let it dry, you put this little like gloss balm type of thing. I don't know, you can kind of see there. It is shiny, which is nice. You put that on top and it just stays on your lips all day, and then you can continue reapplying the little like gloss situation to keep the lips continually looking refreshed all day. And I know a lot of people don't like products like this, but I love this. I think that this is so helpful. It doesn't have to feel like a liquid lipstick. It can feel like a balm and still look beautiful all day. So I really like this product. I'm sure that this is like not a new revelation, but I really enjoy this one from the drugstore. So if you're looking for a long-lasting lip that doesn't look matte or crusty, this one is really nice. I really like this one. And then finally, for setting sprays, I have 2 setting sprays I want to talk about. The first one is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist. This is a little bit newer in my collection, but this is just such a nice setting mist. It just keeps my face looking really nice. It really helps to melt the powders into the skin, and it has a really nice sprayer. Let's see if you can see. Like, I could spray it all day. It's just so nice, and the mist is beautiful, and it smells like a beach, and I just love her. Then the other setting spray from the drugstore that I really like and is also more of a dewy setting spray, it is a dewy setting spray, who am I kidding, is the Catrice Illuminating Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Fixing Spray. And I love this one too. You can see it's like on its last life. She's almost gone. It really, again, helps to melt the makeup into the skin. I don't know if you'll be able to see the spritzer because it's almost out. There. It's like a nice fine mist. It does have a scent. I can't pinpoint what the scent is, but there is some sort of scent in it. Love this spray for all over the face. And then the very last thing that I wanted to talk about just quickly is actually a pair of lashes. I don't really wear lashes very often just because I don't find that it's like completely necessary for me to wear lashes. For an everyday kind of thing, just mascara works fine for me. But if I'm looking for some sort of special occasion, I really love these Ardell Naked Lashes. They're just really pretty and really natural looking. They don't have a super thick band or anything like that. They're like super fluffy. It's hard to tell, but they have like a really nice fluttery type of look. They're not super crazy. Can you see these? They're not super crazy, huge or anything like that. They just give a really nice effect on the lashes. Let me see if I can plop this on. Okay, I just popped this on, not fully glued or anything, but you can see like a huge difference between this eye and this eye. It just gives like a really beautiful, like blown out look for a special occasion or something like that. This would be a beautiful lash, and you can't even tell that it's on your eye when you glue it properly. They're super comfortable and I really enjoy them. These are in the number 421. I think that there is another number of lash that they sell in this like natural lash line, but I really like the style with the number 421. And that, guys, completes my drugstore favorites. I think as this kind of goes on, I will add to these favorites videos and kind of give some updates on what my most recent favorites are based on new launches and things like that. I also want to do a high-end favorites video. And other than that, that's all for this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also hit the notification bell if you want to know every time I upload videos. I upload on Mondays and Thursdays at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so keep an eye out for that. And with that, that ends this favorites video. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys!